All right, there are a number of things you can do when somebody's trying to hit you with a knife. So the first thing you can do is just get out of the way. So he makes a cut, I just did my slip dodge. And now I'll come back, make that cut, and he can do the same thing. As a matter of fact, this is a good warm-up exercise. So now he makes another cut. And now I make another cut. Now, this is coming really close to me. If I'm making that cut, we're literally about that far away from each other. I'm just maybe an inch from his skin, and that's all you really need. As a matter of fact, sometimes that's the safest place to be, especially once the cut finishes, because now there's nothing giving it any power. So, first thing you can think about doing is, well, I'm going to block his blade. This thing I'm using like a small sword, so some people will try to actively block. You can do this, not the best idea. What you really want to do is take advantage of the fact that he has a knife. So he's coming at me with that knife. So what I'm going to do is take advantage of his knife and cut it down. Now what did I do? I made a cut as well. Go slow. And what I do, I've cut down onto the flat part of his blade with my edge. And now I'm driving him down. What good does that do? Because, now we're both stopped. Well, I follow that up. When I cut down, I step in. And I cover his hand. Now, what I'm not going to do is try to wrestle him for his knife, because he's going to try to grab my knife. So what I'll probably try to do is stab him through the hand. This is a good way to stop a fight with a knife. Because if you stab him through the hand like this, he's probably going to drop that knife. And you're still going to have a knife. And if the sheriff comes along and asks you what happened, oh, well, we got into kind of a fight. What happened? Well, I stabbed him in the hand, he dropped his knife, and he ran away. This is much better to admit to a sheriff than, oh, we got into a knife fight, he came in, I cut him and stabbed him in the throat. That's murder. Now, you notice what I did there? I went behind his blade this time. Now I messed it up, because now he has his edge on my flat, and now he has advantage. So I have to make sure that I get behind his knife. And now, I'm just going to slap. I'm going to cut the inside of his arm. That's where a lot of those tendons are. And these tendons right here are the ones that allow you to close your hand. So if I cut him along here, he may bleed out, but more than likely, his hand's going to spasm open. Again, depriving him of his knife. So now we're here. Now I've showed you just a quick, well, I'm going to cut his blade out of the way. But maybe I'm in a lower stance and he's up in a high stance. I can also deflect. Now you notice how far out he is. I didn't put a lot of force into it, but he had to, because when I came in, I deflected him. And now from here, hey, I'm in this stance, I'm ready to cut again. Now he might try to return, but now he has to worry about me cutting him. And if I'm fast with it, again, I get that inside of the arm cut. I like the inside of the arm cut. I like that outside of the arm cut. These are two things that keep you safe. Now, if you're good and you got the right timing, you can forget trying to block his knife and just block his arm as he drives his arm right onto your blade. So he comes in right there. Now, he's got this on, which is a good target for me to practice on, and it hurts him less. But again, I hit there, and if he doesn't quite drop it, I've still got that draw cut. And you notice how it pushes his knife back. Any kind of draw cut, go ahead, do a draw cut on me. From there, if he pushes, do a good draw cut. It's going to move me around. The one last thing you can do is try to catch. Trying to catch is not a good idea, except against a thrust. And even then, against a thrust, first you have to get your knife in the way. Because you need to not be right in line with his dagger. Because if I try to catch here, oh, that's bad for me. I'm now dead. And then he can really hammer it through. Instead, what'll happen is I bring my knife up. When I catch here, I'm just hauling him in. Now, he's close enough that I can easily cut him. I can also bring this up, give him a good rack on the brain. Most of the old Bowie knives would have a brass cap on here and would weigh about 1.5 pounds. So you have 1.5 pounds weight in your hand with a nice brass cap on it to hit somebody in the head with. And is probably less likely to kill him than stabbing him. So again, he comes in, I deflect, pull him down. Here, if I really want to be wanted for murder, or he really, really, really has to die. Thank you.